everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wellness Day, a podcast coming to you every Wednesday here from the Jahangir Wellness Center. I'm here at the JWC studio, joined by Akshata Parekh. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking about expressive therapy today, which is one of the main aspects of wellness that we want to focus on, emotional and mental well-being and how it ties into other areas of wellness like movement, nutrition, our preventative health checks. So we like looking at wellness from all aspects. So today I thought we'd have you to be able to talk to us about a very specific and very unique aspect of therapy, looking at expressive arts and music. So thank you so much for being Akshata.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me and creating space for expressive arts here.
Absolutely. So why don't you start by telling us what that is exactly?
So expressive arts is basically the use of movement, music, drama, writing, sculpting,
Right.
all put in together. So the basic philosophy is interconnectedness of the arts.
Okay.
So let's experiment something. So
Okay. Let's go straight in.
Yeah, let's go straight in because I know you're a drummer.
Okay,
so can
yeah.
you give me some rhythms on your hands?
Oh, we're going to do rhythms. Okay, fine.
And you can keep on changing and improvising.
Change.
And stop.
Okay.
So now when we were doing music, did you only create rhythm or were you also using your body?
I was using my body.
Okay, and so all your senses were coming in together. So
Uh-huh.
expressive arts works with all these senses put in together.
Right.
Like you just saw, music has body in it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Movement has either internal rhythm or some music being played.
Mm-hmm.
Arts will have again your body to create the arts. So we really focus on the interconnectedness of the arts, and that's why expressive arts has all of these art forms put in together.
Okay. Yeah, I love that because as you said, for me, music is one of my biggest things. So I found it to be one of the most soothing things for your soul and for your emotional state. So it's absolutely what you just demonstrated really brings that out very, very fast.
Absolutely. And it's just so many, people have so many different ways of expression
Yeah.
and everything doesn't have words. So some might express using music, some might express using words, some might use body
Yeah.
for expression. And so to really tap into different senses, different ways of how people express.
Right.
Even at times, when we are angry, for example, we probably don't have the vocabulary to say I am angry or this is how I feel, but our body gives so much of that. And to really tap on that is
Yeah.
what expressive arts focus on.
That's amazing. So I know you've worked with a lot of patients in various fields. In oncology, for example, with a lot of people who are doing chemotherapy and things like that. How have you seen the biggest benefits? What are the tangible benefits that you've seen when you've done these kind of therapies with them?
So my work in the last 4 years has been mainly in inpatient departments and especially like you said, oncology.
Right.
So I guess with oncology, what happens is there is lack of control in the treatment, in how your life has just changed suddenly, and
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
literally no control. Nothing feels like normalcy. Everything has changed. The
Right,
body
yeah,
has
yeah.
changed. Routine has changed.
You're going through trauma.
Yeah, absolutely. Interpersonal relationships
Yeah.
have changed. So what happens using the arts in the sessions, people or patients get a way to express themselves. But also I think the main focus is how they can build control in that little session that we do where they choose what art modality they want to work
Okay,
with.
so you leave that up to the person.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
What art modality they want to work with, what they want to express on that particular day. How does pain look like for them in
Right,
terms
right,
of
right,
art, or how does their past kind of experiences translate that into art.
Okay.
So it's very interesting to see how just bringing in that much sense of control gives them a lot of empowerment to kind of move on, carry on, and build resilience through the treatment. A lot of times it's been very interesting to see that when we bring in the arts, they will
Right.
first say this is not for me, it's for children. And then they slowly take to it.
Yeah.
And then it's they become co-passengers in the journey. The art really becomes co-passengers in the journey. So that's been quite interesting to kind of
Absolutely.
observe.
I guess it gets the mind to focus on something that's so much more positive than what's perhaps going on when they're there?
Yeah, absolutely positive. Or also, you would like to say, it also brings them to the present, but also
Right.
allows them to say what they have to really say, because everyone around in the world is telling them, okay, be strong, be positive, we
Right.
are all here
But
for
what does
you.
that mean? It's
Yeah,
so
exactly,
abstract.
exactly. And it's hard to be positive constantly, especially if you're going through so much. And so,
Can you give us an example of what that looks like for someone that you would have in mind? Obviously, not naming anyone,
Yeah.
but for example, as we were just saying, that's something that's so abstract.
yeah.
What does that look like?
Uh, Let me think. So yeah, I'll give you one thing that we did recently was a dance break, for example.
Okay.
So we were celebrating something. All the patients were, of course, going through chemotherapy.
Right.
And they kind of said, okay, we went ahead. We said we are going to take a 10-minute dance break.
Okay.
So everyone to move their.
How did you decide what music and what dance?
The patients decide the music. They tell me, okay, today play this music or
Okay.
play this song. And of course, like they're so inclined to, of course, Bollywood
Does that lead
music.
to a lot of arguments about who should?
They do. Like they're like, okay, you've played my song for 5 minutes. Now play my song. It's a community in
Yeah,
a way,
absolutely,
because
yeah.
they all come in together for some kind of treatment. But there is also a sense of belongingness.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so they all came in together. We danced for 10 minutes. They went back to their beds, to their chairs. They took chemotherapy again. And that incident, they remember it so often. And they're like, okay, can we have a dance break even today? And at times I have to tell them, no, like today is not the day we can do this, because of course you have to be mindful about all the patients who are there in the daycare, and then kind of take calls accordingly. But this was one thing. The other thing was, like, we gave everyone small pieces of canvas, and then we put that together and made this huge canvas, which was called the community canvas. Sometimes we write messages
Right,
for
right,
other
right.
patients who are going to come the next day. So when the other patient comes to the bed, they already have a message for them. So just small acts of art actually really brings in a sense of community, belongingness, also expression.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
absolutely.
more than just constantly having this thing of like, I need to be strong or like positive. I think it's just acknowledging like, this is what my life is at this point of time. It's temporary, but this is my space where I can be vulnerable. And at times they actually don't even speak about their emotions to their family, because they feel like we need to be strong for our
Right, right,
family.
right.
So these sessions really give them that safe
Empowerment,
space
absolutely.
to kind of say, okay, this is who I am, this is what I feel, this is what my real emotions are. And the
That's-
arts kind of help in
That's
that
really
process.
amazing. And as you said, just the power of art
Yeah.
just comes through in whatever form that might be for that person.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know that you facilitate drum circles and things like that as well. Can you talk a little bit about that and how fun that can be? Because I've seen some of those sessions, and those seem like it can be first of all, can be very loud and fun, which is great.
Yeah.
Especially as a drummer, so I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that and how empowering that has been?
Absolutely. So drum circles, oh my god, it's so fun, but it's also so expressive in so many
Right.
ways. It's nice to bring in the drums or the percussion instruments for the patients in the hospitals.
Yeah.
Yes, it gets loud, and we might disturb the other.
Which I think is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
As long as everyone is doing it.
Yeah,
And not
as
someone
long
is
as
sleeping on
everyone's
the next room.
board. Yeah. So it's very grounding for them, even if it's loud. For example, it just the fact that everyone can play together, even if they're playing maybe a single beat, or maybe like some are playing aggressively, or some are
Yeah, yeah.
playing just softly, some are just observing. Just the fact that everyone can sit in a circle together, look at each other, interact with each other, and be there for one purpose of making music. And I think just that brings in so much presence,
Joy.
also a lot of expression. A lot of times, people have said, this was the best thing that happened to
Yeah.
me today, because I forgot everything that I was doing or everything that was going on in my life. But for those 45 minutes, I was completely present in this moment, just with all these people sitting around me.
Right, right.
And so that's been really joyful to hear, that we can be mindful and present and completely present with the arts, and not have this thing of thinking about something else, or thinking about what I'm going to do next, or what medicine needs to go into my body next. So that's been a lot of fun to introduce to the patients in the hospital, that we can do this. We can make treatment really fun.
Right,
We can
right.
make treatment really colorful.
Which is so amazing, which is really the way it should be.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you find that patients are reluctant to do in this space? Do you find that people don't want to do this? And what are the kind of myths that people come thinking that, oh, this is just mumbo jumbo?
Yeah. Actually, there are two kinds of things here. One is the mental health stigma that's there. Saying, oh, I'm totally okay,
right.
you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely,
I
yeah.
have nothing to share. I don't, my emotion, I'm fine, I'm strong, my family is there for me. And there is that stigma of like, my mental health is okay, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about my emotions. There's one side of that. And the other side is, the arts are for children. Why are you bringing the arts to me? And then they're like, oh, I can't do this. It's all about like, I'm not good at the arts. So we have to tell them that it's really not about how beautiful you make this this art creation, but it's really about the expression. And then they'll be like, yeah, let me try it. And they try a little more.
then they open up a
And
bit
then they
more,
open up. But the first few times, it's always like, oh, this is for children. I'm not good at it. I don't want to use the arts. I'm tired at this point of time. Are you sure I can do this? Is the doctor saying I'm okay to do this? All of these things kind of come up.
And gladly, doctors are completely open and happy about doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least. So we're very happy about that.
Absolutely. The doctors actually right now, they've been my biggest support systems in like introducing the arts in the hospital, because they're like, they are also looking at holistic care.
Right, absolutely.
Which of course, like physical care has been taken through chemotherapy, through medicine for oncology, of course. But, just that they are looking at holistic care. They are looking at like.
And it's as applicable for something, a little bit more serious, like we're talking about chemo and things like that, but even something from the preventative side, just to stay
Yes.
at an even level.
Absolutely, for mental well-being,
Absolutely,
like even like just having a space like the
Wellness center,
Jhanvi
yeah.
Wellness Center, even having a space like this, saying that we have all these art therapies here.
Absolutely.
Come in, like experience this for yourself. Having individual or group sessions
Right,
is something that we are looking to develop more and more.
Absolutely.
And now there is a space that people can come to.
Absolutely.
So just to have that access is a big thing.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it?
That's amazing.
And we look forward to you making this place extremely loud and happy with all the therapies that we're going to be doing.
100%,
So
100%.
thank you so much for giving us this incredible insight about what we can do over here and the potential that the arts have, which is absolutely endless.
Yes.
So thank you so much for bringing that out.
Yeah, and thank you for making space for me at Jahangir. I think that was like...
Well, as we said, something that we want to focus on from all aspects of
Yes.
wellness. So it's extremely important that we talked about this today, and the importance of it is just cannot be understated.
Absolutely. So I have a question for you now. You've been
All right.
asking me all these
No, we're
questions.
running out of time.
No. We have some time. So when you drum,
Okay.
and of course, like you might be drumming for performances, for gigs. Do you just drum because you like drumming? Like you go to your studio, you go to your drum kit, and you just drum because that's who you are, and that's how like healing happens for you.
Yeah. It used to be like that. It used to be just that. But I can tell you the importance of it, or the importance of the arts, or particularly music for me, is like the only time I can really say that I've been in that state of flow or subconscious when you're so present in the moment that you actually kind of lose sense of what's going on around you. It's only happened when I've been drumming. When I play the drums. It doesn't happen every time.
Yeah.
But every time I have drummed, I've definitely been better at the end of that session than before, regardless of what I'm drumming, or whether it's been bad, good, or whatever it is, or any kind of music that I'm indulging in, is for me is just you're definitely far better off than when you were than before.
Yeah, there's a shift
So,
that's created in just
absolutely.
those moments. Yeah,
So-
and have you tried any other arts?
Well, music or any kind of music has always been my number one passion. Other than that, I have tried some kind of art therapy, which is called Zentangle, which is I think is very complicated, but apparently it's very easy and anyone can do, which I actually have seen firsthand. I've done these little sessions and I see the piece at the end of the day, and it looks like I've done something that's quite artistic,
Yeah,
which I can't
yeah.
usually do, because otherwise I'd look like I can
Yeah.
just about manage stick figures. So that is something that I've done over here at the JWC as well. So And hopefully, I'll be getting into more expressive dance sessions with you.
That's what we're going to do right now.
We're
know,
gonna make-
so you've done of course like have the music
Some people have
background.
put you up to this, haven't they?
So you've done like music, of course. Music is some like the foundation that you go back to, and then you've tried the visual arts or Zentangles.
Yes.
And you said that music brings a state of flow. And if you had to kind of, with movements, express what does that flow bring to your body or like bring to you, how would it kind of translate
How would
into
it translate into movement?
Yeah, you can just sit down and maybe, just let me know
Yeah,
how
I can-
does like flow. Yeah. Yeah, like this,
flow.
right? And let's do that together.
We're doing that together.
Yeah.
Now we're ending on this note.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here.
I wanted to put you on spot.
Likewise. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for a lovely episode, and we'll see you next week.